Hey Team B, welcome back to learning about space. Man, I love space. We are still reading our little kids' first big book of space here, made by National Geographic. And we left off, we had just finished talking about Earth. And we are still looking up from Earth, but what is something that you look into the night sky and see from Earth? If it's nighttime right now when you're watching it, go peek outside. What do you look up into the night sky and see? Yeah, I heard you say it, the moon. Oh man, the moon is always there, even if we can't see it. Look at this beautiful picture of the moon. Wow. It says here it takes about 27 days for the moon to orbit Earth. Now remember we talked about orbiting. Orbiting means you go around something. So revolving around something. We talked about the difference between revolving and rotating. Rotating means you spin in one spot like a top on an axis. But orbiting or revolving means you go around something else. So our moon orbits us. Let's learn a little bit more about our moon. You can often spot Earth's moon when you look into the sky at night. The moon orbits Earth, just like Earth orbits the sun. The moon is rocky and cold. The moon looks bright. It is actually a dark place. Did you know that? I think some of you did. It looks bright only when the sun's light reflects or bounces off its surface. Wow, like a big mirror in the sky. So we are going to learn all about the phases of the moon, but when you see the moon like this, it's not actually glowing itself. It is just reflecting the light from the sun. How neat. Here it says the size. If this is Earth, this is the moon. Place in space. It is in orbit around Earth. How far away? It takes about 3 days for a spaceship to get there. Friends, would you go in a spaceship to visit the moon if you could? I've asked some of you this question, and some of you said yes, and some of you said no, and you had some very good reasons either way. Wow, let's take a look at these different moon pictures. The shape of the moon you see changes. These changes are called the phases of the moon. The phases change as the moon orbits Earth. Sometimes the moon has the shape of a banana, like way over there with the crescent moon. At other times, it looks like half a circle. This is called the first quarter moon. The same side of the moon always faces Earth. So we always see one side of the moon. The moon is Earth's closest neighbor. There are times when the moon almost looks like a full circle, like here. Gibbous moon. It's a cool word. About once a month, it looks like a bright, round ball. The full moon. Let's take a look at these pictures up close. There's our crescent moon. There's our quarter moon. There's our gibbous moon. And here is our full moon. Which phase of the moon is your favorite? Let me take a look at mine. Well, I like a full moon. Looks cool to see. But I really like the crescent moon, the one over here, where it looks kind of like a banana. It looks really cool. Kind of like the moon drawings that people do often. What one is your favorite? I wonder if we have a link. Wow. The only place in space on which people have landed is the moon. Before you were born, astronauts, people who travel in space, visited the moon. Astronauts landed on the moon 6 times. You can see where in this picture. So they landed on the moon in those 6 places. A moon lander. A moon lander carried astronauts to the surface of the moon from a bigger spacecraft that stayed in orbit. Earth is surrounded by air called atmosphere. The moon has no atmosphere. An astronaut on the moon must wear a space suit. The space suit has air to breathe. It also keeps the astronaut warm. Remember, we said the moon was cold. Some astronauts who visited the moon had a moon buggy called a lunar roving vehicle. Look at that! Wow! On the moon. Would you do that? If I went to the moon, I would definitely go on a moon rover. So friends, thanks for learning a little bit more about the moon as we look up from Earth. I wonder what we will learn next.